Sydney Sweeney is getting cancelled, but what if I told you that was the whole point? Like, this ad wasn't a mistake, it was rage bait and it worked.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color.
So here's what happened. American Eagle dropped an ad where Sydney Sweeney says, genes are passed down, traits like blonde hair, blue eyes, my genes are better. It's a pun, like jeans versus jeans, with the G. But it didn't quite land. Or did it? People instantly called it racist, a dog whistle, better genes, blue eyes, blonde hair. You don't need to be a history major to see where this is going, like this white nationalist rhetoric, right? Now, this ad dropped right when American Eagle is doing horribly. So what do you do when your brand is tanking? You make something just offensive enough to go viral. People fight about it. People came to, basically cancel, because cancel culture is real, but it's also a marketing strategy. This was literally 10 out of 10 rage bait. Free advertising. Because remember, any publicity is good publicity in marketing. And it's genius. It's evil. Their stock price literally went up after the backlash. People are arguing online while their brand trended on every platform. Even Trump reposted it and said the ad was hot.
I'm glad you told me that. If Sydney Sweeney is a registered Republican, I think her ad is fantastic. Okay, thank you very much, everybody.
And people commented basically this was the kiss of death for, Sydney Sweeney's reputation. And American Eagle, they doubled down on all of it. They said it's about the genes, her story. Remember, this is a pun. But they never addressed the genes with a G thing. And why would they? The ad did exactly what it was meant to. Get you talking, get me talking, people making memes out of this. We got Doja Cat jumping in on this.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Whether you think Sydney Sweeney got cancelled or not, if you're still sharing the ad, the marketing team are the real winners here.
One of my favorite days, chest day. It's either chest day or leg day I prefer. For some reason, I don't know. I've just never really liked back day. Unless if it's like a hammer strength row, barbell row, or T-bar row. I get why people like calisthenics. I just don't enjoy it. It's probably because if you weigh something like 110 kilos, it's really difficult to do a lot of those calisthenics movements, especially if you train legs. And by train legs, I mean like for very heavy volume, very heavy weight. But yeah, maybe that's something on the bucket list. After I compete in bodybuilding, all right, let's do a cheeky set before anybody else gets here. We're doing some incline chest. Why incline? Why not? Okay. I actually find that when it's like a cheaper Smith machine, like at this bodybuilding gym that I used to go to, I just go to this gym because it's literally next to my house, so it takes 5 minutes. But at the bodybuilding gym, their Smith machine, it just feels like there's no weight behind it, whereas this one kind of feels like it's being pulled down a bit. Like, I think the tension is stronger at the bottom portion. So on the last Smith machine, on incline, I used to casually do like 140 kilos. In other words, 3 plates. On this Smith machine, as you start adding more weight, it just feels a lot heavier. Even this felt quite heavy. Or maybe it's just because it's 2 in the morning. I don't know. All right. Maybe if I do some dancing or something, that'll get me pumped up as a bit of a warm-up. Well, I find I just do, a set of lightweight as a warm-up. That always helps, just to get those muscles that I'm using for bench ready. All right. Up we go then. Work. Eesh. 2 plates. Let's go. Alright, that felt incredibly heavy. Whoa. I'm gonna get a drink real quick and then I'll come back to it. But why incline? Yeah, why do we do incline? Well, it's not just incline. Sometimes I do this, which is 45 degrees. Sometimes I'll take it down to 15 degrees. And incline, believe it or not, specifically when you do 15-degree incline, this is a 45 today, but a 15-degree incline, because it's slightly angled up, you actually have a deeper range of motion. So you're actually going to have to come further down in order to reach that pec line. In other words, more muscle recruitment will lead to more hypertrophy gains, specifically for your chest overall. You'll also hit your upper chest by doing more of an incline. Too much of an incline though, you're just going to be hitting front delts. So like basically going from the chest, moving towards front delt. Or if you do flat bench a lot and you do an arch, you'll notice like flat benchers will actually have really well developed front delts in order to lift maximal load. In fact, their chests will also be developed very well too, especially if they're doing a wide grip. So, all right, as usual, the goal is to hit 8 reps. Now, I'm not feeling like well at all. For some reason, like this feels like, to me, this feels like three plates. Like I reckon if I were to go to a regular bench and try to bench 3 plates, that would be easier than this. It's just some Smith machines, they're all built different. Oh man, that was so bad. I think mentally I chickened out and that's why I ended up giving up. Had it have been not so much blocked in the mind, I probably could have done those last 3. I just didn't really push it, eh? Alright, I'll show you what I mean by, I don't know, there's something about free weight that I think it feels a little bit lighter. And it's also the fact that like, because it's not a fixed bar path, you can kind of let it just fall, free fall, and then you only have to push at the bottom. Obviously you want to, if you're trying to build muscle, control it down as opposed to using gravity, but I think that's part of the reason why the Smith machine feels heavier. It kind of forces you to not cheat. Alright, I made some barbecue with my family the other day. Oh yeah, if you're wondering why the house looks so big, we recently bought a house, so this is like a massive upgrade. Very blessed, very grateful. Alright. I like to have some electrolytes. Because I get very dehydrated. As opposed to just having water, it's really good to have some of the electrolytes. Some of these kebabs got absolutely burnt, so I'm going to move them to the side. But this is where it's at. Just chicken breast, barbecued. So good. I did say I was going to throw this out, wasn't I? Let's go wash this out real quick. Hey, this is not your barbecue. You already have your food, but I'll give you some chicken later, okay? Promise not to lick my food. Naughty boy! No, you're not naughty, you're very cute. Fine, here look, I'll just give you a piece now, yeah? Can you not glute spread the camera? Would you? It's down there. You're going to eat your chicken. I know you're going to try to lick my food. You're very sneaky like that.
Oh, good boy, Buju. I'm proud of you. You didn't eat my food. Let's just have one breast. I'm supposed to have 400 grams of chicken a day. So I'm gonna have a little bit of chicken and some salad. Let's heat this up first. That's probably about 100 gram. Probably should have measured this out. I'll save the rest for lunch. I'm just gonna have a small amount. All right, now let's make my lunch at the same time. And a lot of people ask in the comments, what do you think it takes to be successful? Well, you just have to be what everyone else isn't willing to be, which is consistent. Most people aren't consistent. So if you were to stick to bodybuilding or lifting, whoa, I think we just exploded stuff, for longer than your average person, which is, let's say you went consistently 3 days a week to the gym, believe it or not, you would already be more consistent than your average person because most people don't go to the gym. So, I guess, you know, you must be pretty successful if you are somebody who is consistent. And if people really knew your story or what you'd been through, I think people would be amazed, you know, or shocked even, that you're still able to find reasons to smile despite all the stuff you go through. And I think that's the same for myself, is that a lot of people ask me, like, why is it so easy for you to be in a caloric deficit and not be sad? Well, it does come down to food choices. Like, if you eat voluminous food like salad or watermelon and stuff like that, you can eat almost infinite salad or watermelon, and there's not that many calories in it, and they'll make you feel fuller for longer. And so choosing those kind of foods is a better choice than, well, just eating whatever you want, right? And if you stay consistent with it, eventually what you think is normal, which is eating like this every day, will become your, you know, normal life. And you won't see it as a diet anymore. You just see it like, okay, well, I've got to accept the fact that I'm going to live with this forever now, you know, because I want to lose weight. And so I think that's what it takes to be successful, is you don't have to be special. You just have to be consistent. Like my wife, she's consistently beautiful. Good morning. Oh, you almost fell over.
Peanut butter.
Baby, you're so beautiful.